20th century influential American philosopher Allan Bloom said, "Reason cannot establish values, and his belief that it can is the stupidest and most pernicious illusion." Meaning, reason actually has always had its own standing, distinction, importance, significance, value, and meaning, not only in the world but also in the determination of men's lives, their characters, mentalities, perceptions, outlooks, and ultimately in the influence of their actions, behaviors, relationships, and so on and so forth. Without reason, we cannot act, behave, and think with maturity, morality, and responsibility. But it is also very true that reason cannot always lead to the establishment of authentic values, sovereign ideas, and distinctive characters. Reason cannot always create inherently or cultivate or grow character, authenticity, sovereignty, and distinction in an individual man. Now, reason is only one of the faculties that exists either inherently or he has to develop inside of himself in his mind, but that cannot fundamentally or obviously imperatively help ultimately in the creation of values, virtues, and qualities. We have to do that. Now, the mandatory qualities and values always have to be either fetched from the external world or internally developed through intuition and one's own internal psychology and being and soul. So that's how it works. But reason has always been a limited faculty and a very statistical source of knowledge that helps us primarily the distinction between right and wrong, evil, good, and acceptable, unacceptable, etc. But it just cannot magically and wonderfully create values and qualities for us that we can then use in our character and in our actions. So reason can create or establish values in the human nature and inside of man himself can be easily considered to be one of the most stupidest ideas and pernicious illusions that man has ever had. Now, reason is important, fundamental, and imperative for the governance of character, controlling of one's attitudes, discipline of action, mentality, and also for the prevention of extremes and radicals. But it cannot lead to the creation and establishment of values of authenticity, sovereignty, distinction, individuality, independence, etc. We all have to develop all of it through our own hard work,